More and more people worried that AI might be coming for their job. And at the same time, some prominent people seem to be rushing towards that happening. Drew Carey decided to sort of take the night off of his SiriusXM show, Friday Night Freakout, by just giving the position to ChatGPT as well as sort of like an AI generated version of his voice to read the script that a chatbot had produced. Here is what it sounded like to people tuning in on Sirius.
Welcome to the Friday Night Freakout. I'm your host, Drew Carey. A lot of you know me from hosting The Price is Right, but I'm here every Friday night bringing you 3 straight hours of rock and roll. I hope you're having a great night because I'm looking forward to spending some time with you. You just heard Friday on My Mind by the Weaklings, featuring Peter Noon from Herman's Hermits. The song reached number 14 in the UK and was produced by Steve Howe. Now, you might have noticed something a little off with my voice. No, I'm not being held at gunpoint, but I'm actually a computer-generated clone of Drew Carey's real voice.
Yeah, if it wasn't clear, that was not him speaking, that they had trained an AI to be able to duplicate his voice, and the ChatGPT produced, they say 99% of that script. He tweaked it a little bit, but it basically came up with the script, then did the voice. He was kind of barely involved. Like, it did sound robotic, I think, Dan. I think we can all agree it sounded a little bit robotic. But if I had not told you that that was AI, you'd probably think that he was just kind of a low energy radio announcer, I think. What did you make of that?
Yeah, I actually had a little bit of an opinion shift during that story. I think as people who are on camera all the time, we're just like sitting ducks as far as like getting an AI trained for what we're saying and doing like nefarious things. The only saving grace in this for you and I, John, is that we're men. I feel really rough for like our female colleagues who are about to go through this stuff. But I think that this might be an opportunity for people like us to get some easy days off if this gets a little bit better. Like, hey, you know what? John's doing a podcast today. Don't worry about it. No video. It's just gonna be a fully audio experience. Yeah, we got this AI trained up a little bit. John's the Bahamas, man. You are good. I am on team John Iadarola's vacations 100%. So we might have some sauce here. Let's hang on. Let's see what the audience thinks. Would you be down for an AI damage report? Vote now on your phones.
I assume they don't want that. I think you'll always be able to tell, at least as of right now, that I'm me because an AI would definitely do something about its hair. I don't think it would abide this chaos on top of my skull.
You haven't seen AI lately.
But anyway, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't want to believe that it is possible that what I would consider sort of our generalized brand across, I'm not just saying TYT, but what you bring to your shows of not overly produced, not overly prepared, honest in the moment commentary. I hope that can't easily be replicated by AI, but this stuff is still pretty new. Maybe at some point, I don't know.
Extreme notes.
I definitely think a lot of the anchors could be replaced. I mean, if they're just, by the way, I think that there is a place for scripted content, definitely. John Oliver is scripted, and I think it's amazing. But for some of this stuff, when you're reading off a teleprompter, a script that you didn't write, aren't you kind of the AI? Like someone else wrote it for you. What's the difference if it was a person or an AI? You weren't involved in the process and you're just reading what it says. I don't know. I feel like the jump isn't as big for some shows as it seems like it's going to be. It would be a big change for us, but I don't know for everybody. I'm not sure.
For sure, yeah. I agree with that. We're special, John. Totally. We're our special graphics about AI. We're way too good for AI.
Yeah, definitely. Anyway, apparently a lot of people were not happy with Drew experimenting in this way. And so he is indicating that he's not going to do this again anytime soon. He said it could be helpful for radios to like automate some of the late night stuff, but that is someone's job at this point. It might not be the greatest shift to have, but it's still a shift in an industry that probably doesn't have that many positions opening up. So anyway, we're continuing to just dip our toe into a very complex pond.
Check out the Damage Report podcast each day, wherever you get your podcasts, whether Pocket Casts or Stitcher or iTunes. You can join me as I give you the news and stories you want, with a range of co-hosts and interview guests jumping in on the fun each day. Again, that's the Damage Report, wherever you get your podcasts. And if you get them at iTunes, don't forget to rate and review. Sometimes I'll read them live on the show.